So today is the Yahrtzeit, the anniversary of the passing of Rav Moshe Chaim ben Yaakov Chai Lutzato, Zecher Tzadi V'Kadosh Livracha. So I wanted to share some thoughts or more for people to know more about the Ramchal, Rav Moshe Chaim Lutzato. He was an incredible human being, and I think more people need to learn about him because, and especially people who listen to me and enjoy my Torah, most of my Torah, my way of thinking, my approach, which was guided for the past 20 years by my Rebbe, is mostly based on the Ramchal. My Rebbe is probably one of the greatest experts in the Ramchal in the world today. And therefore, I want people to know that the Ramchal is beautiful. He was an incredible human being. I said he was a tremendous Talmid Chacham and a great sage, and tremendous amount of qualities, and a great Kabbalist. Today, all his books are, almost all his books are known, but I wanted to share with a few books that, I think people should read in order to really understand Judaism well and understand the philosophy of the Ramchal, because this can change your life if you learn it properly, if you apply what he says. So the two foundation books, I would say, that one needs to start with to understand the Ramchal is the Mesilas Yesharim, which is translated usually as the path of the just, and Derech Hashem, the way of God. Those are two foundations, or two ladders, I would say. The Mesilas Yesharim is how to look at God from here and to reach God from earth to heaven, and Derech Hashem, how to Hashem reach out to us. How, right? So you have those two ladders, and it enables you to see the world through those two perspectives. I always like to say that if you know Mesilas Yesharim and Derech Hashem, the path of the just and the way of God well, you will probably know and understand Judaism better than most Jews, most religious Jews alive today. That's how concise, complete, and perfect those two works are. So which edition to have, translation are important. So obviously you have the standard translation. For me, my favorite, at least, Derech Hashem, is the one from the Feldheim Publishing. There's also one by ArtScroll, which is also good, on Derech Hashem. But no, Derech Hashem, actually no, only Feldheim, I think. I forgot if Mesilas Yesharim has, I think, but ArtScroll has one. But my two favorite are this one. This one is unique because people don't know there are two versions of the Mesilas Yesharim, of the Ramchal. There is the Seder Vikuach and Seder HaPrakim, the order of, as a dialogue. It's like a dialogue, and the other one is like chapters, themes. They're very similar, but however they have their own difference, and I prefer the one that is less known, which is the one that speaks about in the dialogue, that teaches you to have the dialogue, is more dynamic, more powerful in many ways, especially the introduction and the first chapter. So this is excellent. It's from Ofek Institute, publication Ofek Institute. That's the first best translation in my opinion. There's great notes. If one wants some commentaries and with it and practical tools, this one is excellent. The Path of the Just with commentaries translated by Yosef Sebag. Very good. A lot of, he brings 4 levels or 3 levels of explanation corresponding to how deep you want to go, and it's really good. At the very end, you have a lot of tools. So those are the 2 first books. Then there's that famous Das to Nos, The Knowing Heart. That'll be like the next level after Message and the Path of the Just. The Knowing Heart is very good. It teaches you how to understand evil. It's basically all about evil in this world and how to understand it. It's amazing. It's still understandable, all those 3 books by the simple people like us. There's a book that I really recommend. It's not easy to find because I think it's limited edition, but maybe you can find it online. This book is called Derech Chochma, The Path of Wisdom, and he basically explains to you how you're supposed to learn, what you're supposed to start with, why do we learn. So it's basically on learning Torah, and basically he explains there that everything we learn is really for the goal. Everything's a preparation to be able to learn Kabbalah all day, right? And that's what the Ramchal was criticized or attacked many times, because he was very much into Kabbalah. People were scared, they didn't know how authentic he was or not. It's not like today, we have internet. But the Ramchal explains that once you know the basics of Tanakh and Talmud, meaning you learn all those, the Torah Shebechtav, Tanakh and Talmud pretty well, then you just review it. But all this is really, all the wisdom you learn, all the Torah we learn is a preparation to be intimate with God, which you learn to be intimate with God through the teachings of the Kabbalah. Teaching of the Kabbalah is the secrets it reveals, is the soul of the body. The Judaism, or the Torah Shebechtav, the Chumash, is the body, and the Zohar, so to speak, or the Kabbalah is the soul of it. We need both, and you cannot have a body without a soul. You need to know why you do things, the deeper meaning, and how to be intimate with God. After that, they grade other books, but it already goes deeper. This simple book on the Parsha, right? Ramchal on the Parsha. They don't have Dvarim yet. They have till Bamidbar. I like it. It's very good for the Parsha of the week. Have little insights. Then this one is very good. Is the Ramchal, Mamariam Ramchal, on a few things that he wrote, but the main part that is important is the one that speaks about how to learn Haggadah, because a lot of people are confused about, is Haggadah real, literal? And we know it's not. So it's very good. Then another book that is pretty actually understandable on some level. From here, all his other books are going to be pretty deep. There's a book on logic, and there's a book on how to learn Torah. So those, you can find them online. Those are translated also in English. The Ways of Logic and the Ways of Reason. Teach you how to think, how to learn Talmud, how to study. Then if you want to then go deeper, if you're ready for that, then you have Mishkanei Elyon, the secret of the future temple, which is amazing. If you want to understand a little bit Kabbalah, on basics, it's really, really amazing. There's a great book, also Introduction to Kabbalah, from the Ramchal. I think it's from the Ramchal, the Choker Umekubal. I forgot if it's from the Ramak or Rosh Chaim Luzzatto. It's from, let's see, easy. Oh. Okay, I didn't find it, but I believe it's anyway. It's a great book to learn. Choker Mekubal, the philosopher and the Kabbalist. Then what else do we have that's amazing? The Secrets of Redemption. That's already deep. That's already going into Kabbalah, which I don't understand, but it's great deep stuff. Then I'm speaking about the book that exists in English. There's also Derech Etz HaChaim, the path to the Etz HaChaim from the Ramchal, which exists in English, but I don't think there are books about it yet. It's only in PDF files or stuff like that. You can find it online. If not, I can perhaps it's not too long, so I can take pictures and send it to you. It's how the beauty and the power of the Torah, of the Hebrew alphabet, and the need to study it deeply. And then there is in English, I think that's almost all what there is in French. There's something people are not aware. The second Zohar, it's called Shivim Tikkunim, the 70 Tikkunim, which is a type of Zohar that the Zohar of redemption that the Ramchal wrote. And the Ramchal was, the first one who really could take the teachings of the Arizal. The Arizal was the first one that really explained the Kabbalah of the Zohar. Nobody really understood the Kabbalah of the Zohar before, and he came to explain it. But he explained it in a way that is down to earth. So the Arizal came and explained, and then the Ramchal. No, the Arizal didn't explain down to earth. It was still very encoded. Then the Ramchal came and to decoded the Torah of the Arizal, and taught it into us in ways that are very simple for us to understand in some of his books. But obviously he has, there's another book in English that goes after Das Tunos, in terms of order of how to learn, right? So I would say Mesilas Yesharim, Derech Hashem, so the path of the just, the way of God. I will say also the path of wisdom, if you can lay your hand on it. Then the knowing heart. Then is Klach Pitre Chochma, the 138 doors, openings of wisdom, which is a kind of preparation and on how to understand the Torah. On the Ramchal, how to understand the Kabbalah of the Ramchal, there is a very powerful book written by Harav Yechiel Avram ben Benjamin Halevi, Shuav Refuah Shlema. It's called the Yedid Nefesh, which is the Song of the Soul, which is an introduction to Kabbalah based on the teaching of the Ramchal. It's very, very, very good. I recommend everybody who is serious about learning Kabbalah to learn from that book. It's in Hebrew also. Mevo HaKabbalah, Hamevo HaKabbalah. He has also Pirush on Tefillah, but very, very good. And I think those are the main ones. I don't want to make the video too long. I just wanted people to know about the Ramchal. In French, there are many books also for those who learn French, but he's really amazing. It will change your life. If you haven't learned yet the way of God and the path of the just, you're missing out. It contains in there almost the answer to any question you might have about life. In general, obviously, there's always details, but it will answer all the problem of why we're here, why is there suffering, what good people suffer, how does it work with angels, how do I work on my character traits, how many character traits, it explains everything, and it's really a delight in this world. We are very lucky to have the Ramchal have written all those books, because it really gives us the tools we need to really come close to Hashem. And I would like to finish with what I'd always teach, that I think is the most important thing the Ramchal keeps saying in his book, The Path of the Just, is that the most important thing in the world, what Hashem really wants, the only thing that He truly cares about, is how good of a person you are, how much of a mensch you are, how much of a good heart you are, how much of a giver you are. How are your character traits? Are you working on yourself? Are you working on yourself? Do you have a strategy? And I'm talking to myself, obviously, also. If we don't have a strategy on how to defeat evil, if I think I'm just going to work on anger, on sexuality, on sadness, without any tools, without a strategy, without a battle plan, I will not succeed. The evil inclination, the physical world, the darkness in this world is too heavy to be able to fight it without without the right tools, and without a strategy, without going to battle and be actively involved every day of my life in doing an introspection and really thinking out, okay, did I succeed today? Am I becoming a better person? Was my tool, whatever I used, my strategy to fight evil, was it successful? Otherwise, I got to change it. You cannot allow yourself to just go day by day without thinking, how am I going to work on my anger, on my sadness, on my desire for pleasures, without, a strategy. So this is, I think, the most important thing of the Ramchal. Don't be a robot. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your life. Everything you do matters and has an impact, and you can really have a huge impact in the world. So take advantage of every day. Find the areas where you're really struggling. If you don't find the areas, learn the path of the just. It will tell you, all the areas. You'll recognize all the areas where we struggle. In terms of humility, there's 10 character traits that he mentions. Then he teaches how to work on holiness, purity, zeal, awareness. All those will help you really become a holy person, if that's what you want. If you want to be close to God, this is the way. So God willing, may we all internalize this message, and may we make the Ramchal proud, and make Hashem proud through our working on our character traits. Remember, all the Torah you learn, all the mitzvot you do are garbage if you don't have proper character traits. Or at least, obviously nobody has perfect character traits, but if you're not actively trying to be good and working on character traits, and you're just doing mitzvot and by rote, you're wasting it. You're giving the energy to the side of evil. Not saying you should stop doing it, but you have to go out of your way to understand why this mitzvah is important. How is this mitzvah helping me have a better character trait? How is this commandment helping me becoming a better person? Understand the depth of what you're doing. Don't be a robot. And activate your heart, activate your emotions, activate your sensitivity, and become a better person. Learn to love, learn to care, and this way we will really be truly happy, and we'll be heroes. Those are the heroes of this world, people who can do that. So may we all learn from the Ramchal and integrate all his messages, especially on this day. It's also the day of Sefirah Omer, number 40, is Yesod ShebeYesod, and it's very, very So Yesod ShebeYesod. Why Yesod? Yesod is the midah of Yosef. The midah of Yosef is the ability to stand. Yesod means foundation, to stand strong in this world. No matter what happens, I'm not falling. I keep standing and going, just like Yosef at Tzaddik, who was. That's one of the understanding of what a Tzaddik is. Someone who stands is a pillar of strength for others. He enables to give light to others because he's able to stay connected all the time. So Yesod ShebeYesod is the that tremendous strength that I can control all my energy, and I'm super humble. I'm connected to God, and I give everything to the world without putting my own ego in between. And I learn to be that pillar of strength, and to communicate it to the world in a way that is humble, in a way that is nourishing, that is loving, straight from Hashem. That's Yesod ShebeYesod. Ramchal really represents that ability to give to the world all of himself, all of his Torah, all of his things, with humility, but with strength, and standing strong for what he believes in. And that's Yesod ShebeYesod, the midah on which the Ramchal, the day of the Tira of the Ramchal. So may we learn from that to be invincible, to be strong, have the strength to stand to any challenge and fight it no matter what. And God willing, will bring the redemption, and we'll be ready for Moshiach and Hashem b'mra b'yameinu. Baruch Adonai l'olam, amen ve'amen.